Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and I'm standing outside a house flip where the demo is done and we're just meeting contractors to start working on the remodel. And we found something that could have caused a major disaster, and hopefully we caught it in time, but it just proves it's a very good reason to check your houses often, especially if they're vacant. You just don't know what's gonna happen. All right, we love the likes, love the shares, love the comments, and love seeing new subscribers as well. I've had some pretty crazy videos lately, so a lot of new people are probably watching this video right now. This is a house flip I said we bought a couple months ago, really hoping to get things done quicker, but with all the different things going on, evictions and multifamily properties we've been remodeling, office break-ins, different things happening, it's really slowed down our remodel process and what's happening on this side of the business. So hopefully we can get things closer to normal now and things calm down a little bit. But this is a house, we're in Eaton, Colorado. I bought it directly from a seller. It was a networking deal. Someone on my team knew someone who wanted to sell a house and not list it, so that's how we got it. Not in bad shape at all, and it's kind of cool too because this is the exact same floor plan that my very first house was that I bought when I was 23. There's a few really small differences, like my ceilings are vaulted and this isn't. But besides that, same kitchen layout, same bedroom layout, and you see a lot of different floor levels, but very few of them are exactly the same layout as my house. There's differences, so it's kind of cool to see. But the big disaster we found, not disaster, what could have been, is we walked in here and it's very cold. It's supposed to be down to 1 degrees tonight or tomorrow night. We're in Colorado and we're like, it feels so cold in here. And we look at the thermostat, 45 degrees in here. So we usually keep our houses at 65, and 45 is not good. And if we would have left it a couple more days and it got that cold, it might have frozen the house. And I'm pretty sure our water, oh, the water is off, but the pipes are not winterized. They have not been blown out. There's water in the toilets. They could have easily froze, broken pipes. The water's off, so that's good. It probably wouldn't have flooded the house, but it still could have caused a lot of damage to have it get that cold. And so the first thing I did, the furnace was on, it was running, but it was blowing cold air. So I walked around, it feels warmer out here than inside. I walked around the house to try and find the gas meter and see if it was shut off. I mean, obviously, I have a bookkeeper. I've got people who turn all the utilities on in our name. The furnace has been working. And I get over here, and it is gone. I am 95% sure that's where the gas meter would be. And it is just totally removed. Caps on it. So I'm guessing we had our gas turned off, which we're trying to figure out now. We just have our bookkeeper checking on it to see what's going on, or something crazy happened, like someone stole our gas meter, which I don't know why you would do that. I don't think there's a big market for gas meters, but I was checking just all around the rest of the house to make sure that wasn't the gas meter, but I don't see anything anywhere, and that was pretty crazy to see that gone. So obviously we want to get that fixed and turned on right away. If we can't get that turned on right away, we have a couple of options. We could bring heaters here. We have portable electric heaters that we've used a few times on houses in this situation, or just other situations when we had to turn the heat off. So that's always an option. And then there's winterizing the property as well. So when you winterize a house, that's a process to get all the water out of the pipes. And I used to have to do that all the time as a foreclosure agent. I used to sell foreclosures for banks, HUD, the government, back after the last crash. And what you do is you come into the house, you bring an air compressor, a plumber can usually do it, and they blow the water out of the pipes with compressed air. And on top of that, you will put antifreeze in all the toilets, because you can't drain the toilets unless you take them off and dump them out. Just put antifreeze in the toilets. That will hopefully stop the house from freezing. And so we did that on every single house that I had listed. They were bank owned. Usually, sometimes they had heat. HUD never had the heat on, never had utilities on. A lot of the banks, even if they did have heat on, they still preferred them to be winterized just to be safe. And it's basically from October 15th to, was it April 15th or May 15th? I think it's April 15th. We had those houses winterized. And that was a lot of work. But you can see, this house is totally demoed. We're ready for the remodel to begin. Not doing anything too crazy. Flooring, paint, some new bath surrounds, new light fixtures. We're gonna keep the kitchen cabinets. Probably gonna paint the countertops. I know people don't always like that, but it actually looks really good when it's done right. Either new doors, or we had a bunch of doors in the basement too. So we might be okay on doors. And then, yeah, like I said, this is exactly the same as my house, except I had a shower in here, and they did have a tub in here before. But same floor plan. My house, when I bought it, had a sweet mirror wall here of like the 1x1 mirror with gold flecks in the mirror. It was pretty amazing. My wife didn't let me keep that though. I met her while I was living in my first house. All right, so that's the house. Like I said, starting the remodel finally. It's taken us a while. This was gonna be a real quick, easy one, but like I said, the real estate never seems to go quick and easy like you think it will. And we'll get it fixed up, get it for sale, hopefully get it sold, and go from there. So the real estate market definitely has slowed down, but interest rates are going back down again. So if you haven't paid attention, they were close to 7.5% a week or two ago. They're back down below 6.5% now. So the news of inflation dropping a little bit or not going up as much has helped interest rates, even with the Fed increasing rates again. Hopefully we've seen rates top out, but you never know for sure. But yeah, it makes it real tough when rates are so high. We haven't seen prices really drop much, but it's a lot fewer buyers and it's taking longer to sell properties, that's for sure. All right, love the comments, love the shares, love the likes, keep those coming. Hopefully, like I said, we avoided a disaster here, but a good reason to check your properties, and then a couple of options that you can do if you do have a house that's really, really cold. I know a lot of people in other areas like Texas we saw, so last year or 2 years ago, had houses freeze because their power went out and people didn't know what to do because they don't deal with that situation. But if your power goes out, it gets real cold, shut off your water. That's number one. Number two, try and get some kind of heat source. If you don't have electricity, it makes it real tough. So you may have to depend on just winterizing your house where you blow out the water. If you can't do that, open up the faucets a little bit. So turn them on. After you shut off your water, open up the faucets. Or you can sometimes too, if you leave your water on and just let all your faucets run, just a trickle, that can help them from freezing as well too. But if it gets real cold, they'll still freeze. And those are just a couple of things you can do. But obviously winterization is the number one thing you can do. Just not everybody, if there's a big disaster, you might not have access to air compressors and people who can do that for you soon enough. All right, like I said, we'll be back with a lot more videos, updates on this house as we get it finished. And then of course, the hoarder house will have updates on. We have a guy there trashing it out now. And all of our other properties, we're trying to get another eviction scheduled on the Ocho, which we'll see how that goes. That one has the squatters in it. And of course, we'll have all kinds of other cool videos in the liquor store and everything else going on. All right, thanks for watching. Be back soon.